witches and those who may just be curious about this topic. Tiffany, if you don't already know me, here on Bewitching.Bemused. Today we're going to talk about demons in paganism. Unlike what some non-pagans would like to claim, pagans and those of other nature-based beliefs do not actually believe in the Lucifer or Satan from the Bible, performing black mass in his honor and sacrificing babies and eating live puppies. In fact, most Satanists and Luciferians don't even believe in the version of him depicted in the Bible, but that is a fascinating topic for a different video. We do not summon demons in blood-painted circles and pentagrams in order to sick them on our enemies, or sell our souls in exchange for fame or riches or magical powers. Like Hollywood-level magical powers I'm talking about. Would I if I could? Maybe. But sacrifice babies and puppies, no, God. I love babies. I'm literally breastfeeding while filming this. Not kidding. That's why the cropping is where it is. Today, I want to uncover for you the truth behind demons in pagan beliefs and practices. Let's start with the history of demons. The word demon and daemon comes from the Greek word daimon, which referred to a wide range of spirits and entities that fell anywhere on the spectrum between humans and gods. The Greek magical papyri is papyri? I think it's papyri. I don't think I've ever said that word aloud. Wow. The Greek magical papyri is filled with spells to summon demons to perform tasks for the spellcaster, most of which are not harmful or evil spells, but simply useful. In the Greek translation of the Hebrew Bible, the words for disease, idol, and gods of other nations were all translated to daimon or daimonia. And while it would make sense for angel to also be translated to daimon, given the original meaning, it was not. This created a divide between angels and this grouping of things cast in a negative light and called daimonic. In 1 Corinthians 10, the Apostle Paul states that pagans make sacrifices to demons and not to God. However, when he states demons here, he is referring to idols or pagan gods. However, many Christians will use this segment of the Bible to make claims that contemporary pagans are also working with their idea of demons, whether intentionally or due to the pagan ignorance and misguidance. In fact, many demons that are referred to in the Bible and other Christian texts by name were simply repurposed pagan gods, many with their names only a few letters off. Over several centuries, and as more religious texts that would shape the Abrahamic religions were written, the new interpretation of daimons continued to take on a solid singular definition. Now let's jump to the core of this video, pagan beliefs about demons. First of all, pagan, if you don't already know, is an umbrella term covering a whole host of belief sets and religions that fall under its definition. Even those, such as myself, who consider themselves general or eclectic pagans, have beliefs that are so widely varied that not only do I refuse to speak for all pagans, but it would not be possible. However, what I can say is that when it comes to pagans in regards to involving demons in their practices, they typically fall into one of two categories: rejection or reimagining. Let's talk about rejection. There are a number of reasons that a pagan may reject the idea of including demonic work in their practice. The main three being lack of belief. Many pagans simply do not believe in demons at all, those who were not vilified pagan gods anyway. For some, this comes from a rejection of any idea, myth, or entity with ties to Abrahamic religions. For others, they just simply don't believe. There's also a lack of interest. Many, in fact, I would argue a good majority, may believe or sit on the fence of their belief, but no further exploration of the idea of the existence of demons is required, as they merely have no interest in the matter of their existence at all. Then there's fear. Fear may be a subcategory of lack of interest, but for such a strong emotion, I feel it kind of deserves its own slot. Fear of demons is a very common reason why many choose not to work with them, especially for pagans who are raised Christian and can't really shake that idea that's in the Bible. Even if they don't particularly believe anymore, many feel there's no need to take the risk. Then there's the reimagining of demons, away from how they're depicted in the Bible and other Christian texts. Pagans who do work with demons in any capacity, not being Christians themselves, typically reimagine demons as something other than the purely evil entities that they're described as in Christianity and much of Western society, and then typically work with them in the same capacity as they would a spirit, ancestor, deity, or other entity with whom they have a mutually beneficial relationship. Keep in mind that there's often much overlap among the following examples as well. The first one is a return to the original. As I previously mentioned, many ancient pagan deities were repurposed by the ancient Christians and labeled evil and demonic. Of course, some of them can simply be worked with or worshipped as their original god or goddess aspect. However, there are many instances where the newer demon evolved over time, and that aspect is preferred due to new attributes that the original didn't have, while also no longer being viewed as purely evil. Then there's using them as archetypes. Not all pagans view deities and demons as literal conscious beings. Many believe they're personifications of natural energies. One example of this is Lilith, who, while considered a demon, is worked with and evoked by many pagans as a representative of female empowerment. Another is the big bad Lucifer himself, who may embody the pursuit of knowledge. Next, there's the idea that they're not pure evil, 100% across the board. Good versus evil is typically not a dichotomy seen in pagan beliefs. In fact, outside of Christianity, there are several interpretations nowadays of the difference between angels and demons, such as the belief that demons are simply spirits that are more involved in the affairs of the material plane than angels are. The evocation and utilization of demons is very common in Western esotericism and ceremonial magics, which some pagans practice and some don't. On a side note, keep in mind that many practitioners of these styles of magic are not pagan. This is typically done using the lesser key of Solomon, in which the Ars Goetia, or Ars Goetia, just depending on how you like to pronounce it, because people love to attack me on how I like to say it. Sorry, anyway. It provides a list of demons and their attributes. The list details entities which are more in line with the original meaning of daimon, rather than our contemporary idea of demons, as the spirits listed all have useful skills and domains. And while some are considered potentially harmful, many are not. And finally, you have to factor in pagans who practice chaos magic. One practice within chaos magic is the adoption of a belief for whatever length of time the magician needs it in order to achieve their goal, and then either the relinquishment of that belief or the incorporation of it into the rest of their practice. A practitioner of chaos magic, whether they're pagan or not, who previously did not believe in demonic entities, may adopt a belief in them in order to work with them to achieve a desired result. Well, I hope this video sheds some light on this historically dense and media poisoned topic. As you can see, these beings called demons are a lot more complex than the media or the Bible make them out to be, both historically and in a contemporary manner, as is their relationship to pagans, modern and ancient. If you're interested in more pagan history, you can check out my playlist on the runes where I discuss their interpretations, or you can also check out my Sabbats playlist where, yes, I do have videos on celebrating the Sabbats, but I also have videos on looking at the history of these pagan holidays.